Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of the Record Drums Online podcast, the podcast where I get to chat and interview session drummers, mixing and mastering engineers, and also music producers. So my next guest is Emre Ramazanoglu. Emre literally ticks all of these boxes, like session drummer, mixing and mastering engineer, incredible music producer. He does all of it at the top level. In fact, he works with amazing artists like Noel Gallagher, Sia, Lily Allen, Carly Rae Jepsen, and way more. He mixed albums for David Bowie and Brian Eno. He's got his own jazz project where he plays drums, he mixes, he engineers the whole thing called Ill Considered. He's got his own plugin as well called Mixed Drums by Arturia. So he's like a whole-rounded musician, and it was amazing to interview him. So there is a lot of good stuff in this episode, and I cannot wait for you to listen. So stick around for the whole episode. And yeah, so without further ado, here he is, Emre Ramazanoglu. Thank you so much for doing this, man. And it's too bad I can't see you. Got a great voice, though. Love it. Amazing. Emre, cool. So normally the way we start every single episode is asking a little bit about a bit of background story on how you started playing drums, of course, and producing, recording, all that good stuff that you've been doing so far until today. So if you could give us a you can go, can go as long as you want. You can tell us everything.
I started sort of doing sort of programming and drumming, and then ended up doing sort of everything, I guess, over a period. It's a bit of a weird time in music in about 2000, and just session drumming a little bit, and then ended up working with Jim, which was great, and meeting lots of people doing that, and then going freelance from there, and then just having to sort of adapt all the time and do different roles and different parts of the jobs, and that was great. So it's been a lot of work, but sort of in a nice position of having done a lot of stuff now, so feeling comfortable doing things. Nice. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, definitely.
So did you when did you start playing drums? What was the first time?
About 13 or 14, I think.
All right. Okay.
Really started.
Yeah, you're from London. Are you London?
No, from Portsmouth, from South England.
Okay. Yeah. And that's where you started. Yeah. And are you originally from where? Turkey or?
My dad's from Turkey, and Turkey. Mum's Scottish. So.
Wicked. Nice. Yeah, I can definitely hear it in the drumming. Definitely, there's something that kind of spice up a little bit those grooves that you play. Yeah, so for sure. Yeah, no, but yeah, it was really nice from James. Actually, put us in touch, James Yates.
I love James.
Yeah, we had him last week, and such a nice guy, lovely
He's
guy.
Lovely guy,
yeah, and he was telling me how he worked with you on play sessions, and there is a lot of camaraderie, I guess, like that you guys have shared over the years. But yeah, I wanted to ask you, like, in terms of like the way, because man, you're one of the few that does pretty much everything, like from recording drums, from playing drums to recording it and producing it. How did you end up kind of deciding, what I'm gonna be a drummer? Like, do you kind of went like, I'm gonna try the session player, and then I'm gonna be a producer, or how did you move around?
I was just trying to do whatever came up, really, and things came up, and I could sort of handle them as best I could, and just went from one thing to another with not an amazing plan. It was pretty tough going for a long time, but yeah, sort of worked out, kind of.
Well, for sure.
Yeah, and managed to work with lots of great people, which is really nice. But yeah, yeah, just sort of trying, not saying no really is the main thing, and then learning on the job as best I can.
Yeah. Did you always wanted to work in studios and do this kind of, you know?
Not really. I wanted to drum really, but then
Okay.
it's not super. It wasn't super realistic in about 2000, and I'm glad I got into the studio world a lot more.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was not intentional, but I obviously absolutely love it, and that's where I
Nice.
spend most of my time. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely cool.
That's so cool. Yeah, yeah. And you also the thing with you is that you don't play just, I've seen you and heard you on recordings like pop rock, proper, just pop,
Yeah,
like programming and stuff like that. But also
yeah,
jazz. You also have your own project, Ill Considered.
yeah. Ill considered, yeah, that's me really, yeah, doing what I like, and that's really really fun. And we're
Yeah.
lucky to have toured that quite a bit and back out soon, which would be great. Going to Italy
Oh wow.
imminently, which would be really fun.
Nice.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Like
yeah, lots of bits.
you guys have like 12 albums out, right? It was,
Oh, I think
no.
yeah, it's a lot of albums now. I
Yeah.
can't remember how many. We're just trying to finish another one at the moment in between everything, that's been really an amazing blessing, that project.
Yeah.
It's been
And
so cool
and
that it's
and if,
connected a little
with
bit.
that project, you're the one that, you're not only the drummer, right? You're also the guy that records and engineers it and mix it,
Yeah,
mix it. Yeah.
no one else does in that band, so I had to do
Yeah,
it.
you're the
No, it was,
producer and everything. Yeah.
yeah, it's been a great outlet for doing stuff, and the new album's pushing it much further than we've done before, which
Really?
is
Oh man.
really fun. Really, really, really good fun.
So cool. So you started as a jazz drummer first, or what
Um,
was your kind of like influence at the
my
beginning
main
when you started?
influence was Bonham massively,
All
just
right.
massive Zeppelin fan, and Hendrix and James Brown. That was my main influences. Alphonse Mouzon, Mike Clark.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
my
Yeah.
huge influences.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So
Dennis
you span like
Chambers.
from rock to jazz as well, like just
Yeah,
funk and yeah,
yeah, that was a big influence. All of that. I really
yeah.
like Trilop Gertu.
All right.
Uh, Andy Gangadine, I really liked at the time, and still do very much now. He's a wonderful person, yeah, sort of stuff like that. Kind of a spread.
Nice, nice. And so you, yeah, yeah, yeah. And and then after that, you kind of what, well, I guess whatever work was coming at you, you're like, what, okay, let's turn into Bonham. Let's turn into, let's
Well, it's nice having a
adapt.
big range of influences to draw on. I've never felt particularly out of place in something, not knowing what the music was. I don't think I've never really done any metal at all.
Mm.
It's a world I don't really inhabit at all. But other than that, I've done quite a lot of other stuff. Been fairly comfortable in lots of situations. That's good.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, 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 yeah. And I saw also you were doing you recorded on Noel Gallagher's album.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It
How was
is.
that experience
Yeah, it's
working?
cool.
Yeah.
It's not really the kind of thing I do, that kind of music, but it was really good. I was working with David Holmes, which is exactly the kind of thing I do, and so that was really nice. And
Mm,
it's a bit of a crossover, and got on well with Noel, and worked with him for
nice.
quite a while, and a bit after that on some other projects as well. And yeah, just got on very well with him.
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
a
How
lot
did
of
you
time with
work
him.
that kind of session? Like, was it you just like you knew already what song you had to play and to record,
No,
or was it no?
it was all kind of improvising around stuff and making things up. It's not how he's ever done anything before, so it's something that I'm
Okay.
very comfortable with, and he'd never done before. So it was interesting. Never
So
written
you,
songs like that.
so you guys like came up with the song on the go in studio, and then you
He'd
recorded it.
kind of been doing bits of demos around stuff with David, and then brought stuff in and carried on writing after the bits of music were made. And yeah,
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Nice, nice. And did you mix at all, like any of the Noel
yeah.
project?
We mixed it. It's I sort of more facilitated Noel's mix, but
Mm,
it's not really how I would have done it.
yeah.
So I've never you know, I don't think. Yeah, it was sort of an experiment he did, and it was okay. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I'd
yeah.
love to do it. I'd love to do it again as I'd
Sounded
like it,
great.
but you know, it's his sort of thing, and I think we'd probably both revisit it again. I think if we
Really,
could.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Man, sounded great. Like when I was I was hearing it, I was like, yes, man. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, some
Yeah.
great tracks as well. Yeah. And you also do programming,
Yeah,
program
lots of
drums.
programming.
Yeah, yeah. How that came about? How did
I
you
was always
uh,
doing that from the very
always?
beginning. Yeah, just
Okay,
from when I first was able to get. I think I borrowed so long ago, borrowed an Atari and Cubase, and managed to make that work. And
okay,
clubbed together with friends and bought an S3000, which is a really old sampler, and we programming from really, really early on. So by the time I got to London, I was like pretty good with it. And
okay.
people realised, and then they could get the young guy to do all the work on the sampler. So I got all the
Yeah,
programming jobs on the gigs I was doing, which I thought was great. And obviously
yeah,
they were like, brilliant, you can do all that. It's fine.
yeah,
Leave them
yeah.
alone. So yeah, it
And
was cool.
this was all in like. Did you ever do it live? Like playing the was he always in the studio? Like you were kind of programming
Oh no,
everything
I
in the
did
studio.
quite a lot of live stuff. I ended up doing quite a bit of like live drum and bass in the
Mm,
early 2000s, and then I did a bit of a debt for Sneaker Pimps, which were a big band at the time. My friend is an amazing drummer, Dave Westlake, so fantastic. He was got ill, so I took over. It was really stressful actually.
okay.
I had like 2 days to learn, I think, the whole set, which was fine. Or was it an evening? No, it was an evening to learn the whole set and then go into rehearsal the next day. And it was like 13 complicated arrangements. So I hadn't really done that before. And it was a lot to get right. So I sort of
Phew.
did that overnight and then went and sat in and did the rehearsal. And luckily it was good. So we went
Yeah.
off and did a little tour. That was really high pressure for me.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. How do you deal
good.
with those kind of situations when it's like, kind of a
Try not
you
to
just
panic.
just go with the
Yeah.
flow and just make it work somehow. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Just
yeah,
try and learn it and make some good notes. And, yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Has there been any other like stressful moments in studio or live that you kind of like, oh man,
Uh,
how do I deal with this? I don't know. Is that
Hmm. Not. I mean, yeah, definitely. Loads
Hmm,
of working with big people and you don't know what they want necessarily and what you're meant to be doing. And lots of bits and bobs like that. But
yeah, yeah,
it's all okay. You know,
yeah.
you
Out
forget.
of the three, out of the drumming, recording, and producing,
Mm.
which one of the three, let's say, aspects do you like the most? At least as of today, probably. I'm sure like
Oh,
it changed over
I think
time, but as of today.
all exactly the same.
Oh, really? Oh, cool.
It's all great. Love it
Nice.
all.
So
Yeah, definitely.
there isn't one that you know what, I love drumming so much. I just don't want to.
Yeah,
At least
no, I
I'm not producing this.
love
Yeah.
drumming. I've been
Yeah.
doing just some drum sessions again recently, and that's been really nice. Just turn up and
Nice.
play. It's lovely. Absolutely
Oh,
lovely.
man, that's so cool. And we normally also the podcast talk about recording drums, of course, like and
Hey.
ways of recording drums.
Mm-hmm.
And what I normally ask guests is if there is any tips or anything that they do in terms of like miking up drums. For example, I don't know if you have your own like quote unquote standard way of miking uh, the drums. If of course like it changes every song, but I don't know if you have
Yeah,
any
not
recommendations.
not really. I do a lot of different sounds. Like even in my studio, I have 3 sets of overheads and 3 kick mics and 3 snare mics because I do different things that are wildly different. But you know, you can. I mean, I've been very lucky to work with Ken Scott a fair bit, and I would say he gives some great tips on, just like a foolproof, great minimalist drum recording. He's really great at that.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I tend to do. I'm sort of mainly known for doing sort of produced drum sounds, like that are characterful and textured, and sort of sort of have elements of throwback and retroness about them, but are full range and sort of modern. So I do lots of different layers of kind of processing. I released a plugin with Arturia last year, which is a good example. And that's a good example of what I sort of like doing.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about that? About it's called Mixed Drums, right?
That wasn't definitely not my choice of name, but that was an argument that I lost. But it's sort of not really a mix processor. It's more a transformative processor. So you can just take your very basic input and transform it into loads of different drum sounds instantly, and it works really, really well like that.
Oh wow!
So so you can take anything almost and make it sound huge if you want, or in any way you like. I really like it. It's a really fun process.
And it comes from like recording live drums, right? Like you just record your live drums.
You can do it with program stuff too, but it's great on acoustic kit. You can just put one mic up in your room and use that and make it big and powerful with that.
Wow,
it definitely works. Yeah.
Okay.
Did
you do all the development, like the coding and all that, or was it just more like kind of guiding?
I'd made it in prototype form, and Arturia took it and developed it properly and did an amazing job. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a great bunch of people there. So
I need to try. James was telling me about it, but I still need to
listen
to give it a try. Yeah. Seems like it's the one. And so at the moment, like, of course, like with the plugin, kind of everything is much easier because you just, I guess, you can kind of tweak things around and just make sure that the sound that you want comes out.
But you can track through it. It's so low latency, you can actually track through it, which is brilliant.
Oh, wow.
It's a bit like cheating, so I've been using it quite a lot in live sessions just to very quickly make sound.
Sorry, just to have a better understanding, do you mean that basically you can do that live while you're playing, so you hear your drums sounding?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
It's really cool. Just have it's really low latency, so you can do a really low buffer and just play live and almost no latency noticeable. It's really cool.
Okay, I thought it was because I thought it was like a mixing. It was just for mixing, just like, okay, let's turn these drums into. Right, so you can even do it live. That's very cool.
Let me just see. I'm just going to see how many milliseconds it is. It's about, oh wow, it's not very many at all. Let me see. I think it's about that. So if you did it at 96K, which is better, it will be about 3 milliseconds or something, I think.
3 milliseconds,
okay. Not too bad. Which you can smash. You can smash a recording with that. That's not too bad.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Man, that's phenomenal. Yeah. I mean, if you can use it live, that's it's much
cool.
It's much easier for it kind of changes everything. It's like the way you play, and because I guess like the way you hear yourself, it kind of reflects also the way you play. So that's so cool. And so of course with that you can kind of transform things around and just make them sound as you want. But is there a way where you normally like to mic up drums, like even if you use, I don't know, overheads, or like what kind of overheads do you use? And
it depends. It really, really depends, like massively. I don't really have anything particularly set. I like Coles 4038s, and I like U67s, and I like C12s and 47s.
Sure. Okay.
Sometimes. I like those things, E22s on toms and FET 47s on toms, or all kinds of things. I like loads of different mics. I like 69s on snares, and also 4-on-4 EBs under snares, but also other things as well, 201s and and fun mics as well. So all kinds of stuff. I looking for character either at the source or in the recording, depending what I'm doing.
Yeah. And in terms of drums, do you have any tips on tuning, for example? Like, do you tune to the pitch of the
Yes.
song?
Go to YouTube now, or ideally the past, and buy Bob Gatson's tuning video, because it's absolutely amazing Bible of drum tuning. So good. And also you can look at Rob Toulson's book, which I actually contributed to. Now I remember. I'd forgotten about that, but it's called. He's a very, very clever man. It's called Drum Sound and Drum Tuning. Amazingly, by Professor Rob Toulson, and it's a very, very interesting book on things. And he developed the iDrum Tune Pro software, which is very clever when you see that in action. He's a great guy as well.
Nice.
Yeah, so lots of different people. Oh yeah, Sylvia Massey talked about it, and Mike Time and Go. Yeah, we all sort of contributed and gave some concepts and things. But yeah, I don't tend to tune to the song, but I will do if someone wants. But I sort of do sometimes. It sort of depends what kind of sound I'm going for, how much tone there is, and whether it's going to be helpful, and how much character I'm putting in. Sometimes I'll deliberately tune very wonkily, and sometimes reamp in room through amps or PA, which is really fun. And sometimes just use drum triggers, but as mics, which I quite like. So you just take the analog output of the drum trigger into a mic pre, and then EQ it from there. You get quite a similar sound to sort of really strange contact mic recordings, a bit like Joy Division kind of sounds like that. It's very cool. But yeah, lots of sort of experimentation. I kind of know what it's doing, but yeah.
Yeah. When did you start? I guess, like, of course, it's when you started experimenting with all this kind of different. Was it like during time off in the studio, just like when you didn't have to record stuff? It just like
it was more when people wanted things. I'd try and work out a way of making something to do it. Some people have wanted some really cool stuff, so I've been making things for them, or making things for projects, or having ideas to try and do things. Yeah. Kind of thing. And also, I had a sample library company, which was that's where I was working with James a bit on that, actually, and we would make some crazy things for that to make certain instruments or recordings, and so lots of stuff like that.
Nice. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's so cool. And when it comes, for example, like tuning the snare, do you, for example, of course you said like you don't tune it to the pitch, but how do you choose what snare is going to fit? Do you already know, like, okay, you know what, I already know that the acrolite is going to be the one, or
I tend to sort of know my snares quite well now, and I will just sort of go, oh, this is going to work for this, and get that out and tune it how I want it. So I do quite a lot of that, and loads of the stuff I just use my Sonolite for because I like it so much. And I just feel all the sessions I do, it's probably the Sonolite or Black Beauty is covers most things, really.
Yeah. How many snares do you normally tend to use? Like, let's say, like, I know that people normally have like about 2 or 3 that they usually seem to be the ones.
Because I'm mainly recording at mine or occasionally going places. I've got a few I'll bring. I probably would take the Camco and maybe a 400 and Black Beauty and the Sonolite, and that would be fine. I think it would cover most things. I've got a very nice snare by Paul Blythus, which is wonderful, and that's a very unusual aluminium snare, which has actually got one of James's calf heads on, and that works so well.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wow, that's And in terms of cymbals, for example, do you have any preferences? Oops, don't like cymbals.
Yeah, I've got. Yeah, I did a little audit of my cymbals the other day, and it's embarrassingly large amount of cymbals. Honestly, it's out of control. So yeah, I'm extremely fussy about cymbals, and yeah, I've been through lots of things, but I ended up working with a custom cymbal smith called Johan van der Siepje for quite a long time, and he made loads of cymbals for me, which are just works of art. They're so beautiful.
Yeah.
But they're not really giggable because they're all one of a kind. And so in the end, I ended up just by chance hearing some new Dream cymbals, which are their Dark Matter series, and just play those now. So I've got a lovely relationship with Dream, and they're really interesting, and they make some fantastic cymbals now. And those Dark Matter ones for me suit me so well. And
Okay.
you know, I've got
Yeah,
quite a
yeah.
few of those, and I love their Bliss hi-hats. They're really fab.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so I use those a lot, and they're
Nice.
luckily thin or quiet enough for me to use. I really tend to like thinner cymbals
Yeah.
that aren't particularly loud. Is my favourite thing. I don't
Cool.
play very loud most of the time, and so it's and in the studio I play ridiculously quietly most of the time. So unless
Right.
it doesn't need, unless you need something loud, so it's nice to have cymbals
Yeah.
that can control more easily, maybe.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you, like, because as I said, like you play so many different styles, but how do you go from switching your, let's say, touch from jazz, which is, of course, like quiet in a way, and to just rocking out maybe some more hard, full on
Uh,
full on stuff. Is there a way you go
yeah,
about it, or?
definitely. Not really. I've sort of been playing enough now that I can sort of. I do have to change how I play when I play louder, but it'll consider it's quite interesting like that because that's full dynamics from like absolutely whisper quiet
Mm,
jazz style to full angry punk, like super hard as I can play, and that's really challenging on my
yeah.
technique. Definitely, I play better quieter, but I have to switch out what I'm doing and switch to sort of more wrist strokes than I do a lot of sort of push pull kind of things quieter and interleaving sort of rebounds and stuff and doing that, and that you can't do. I can't do any of that loud at all. So
Okay. Yeah.
I have to really change to a more brutish way of playing, but it's been good for me to be able to switch.
Yeah. Yeah, because you have to go. Yeah, I guess you have to go like full on. When you play
Yeah,
jazz, it's like full on. More
yeah,
controlled kind of touch, and
yeah, it can be. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. When you play live, do you find that your touch changes, your the
yeah.
way you
It's really
play? Yeah.
difficult. Sometimes it's harder to play quiet just because of monitoring and how it's going and what stage you're like. It's lucky when we're playing like nice festivals and things, it's fine. But it, it tends to go full dynamic.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. 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 Nice. Going back to the sort of recording slash mixing,
yeah.
drumming. Is there anything you do, for example, on the way in that you just like kind of 90% of the times you do on the way in, like, I don't know, adding EQ, compression, stuff that
Oh
people
yeah.
normally do?
I'm normally recording through Roger Mayer 456 tape process on
Okay.
most of the drums I do here, and usually some form of API preamp, probably.
Right. Okay.
Probably, but not sure. But yeah, got quite a few different flavors of things here, but that's a fairly solid setup for me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
And when it comes to mixing, um, mixing drums, what's like one
yeah.
thing that you normally try to achieve? Of course, like as we all say, like, just every song is different, blah blah blah. But is there anything that
Mm.
you like, a goal that you want to go? I don't know. I want to have a clean sound. I don't know. I want to have some sort of. Do you have anything in
Not
particular that you go for?
not
The
really. Just as long as
No.
it serves the music really well.
Mm,
That's all I ever think about. That's what I want the goal to be. and to get to make the groove work, and you know,
Mhm.
making all the elements
Nice.
work together in the way I want to. That would be great. If I can get that going, I'm pretty happy.
Yeah. Is there like normally a reference track that you kind of choose? You know what I'm gonna. What's your deal with the reference tracks? Like, are you more into?
Not really. I used to a lot when I was learning loads, and now not so much. Occasionally, if I don't know somewhere, I'll definitely. If I mix somewhere I don't know, I'll definitely scout it out with some things I know. But I don't tend to now. I sort of have an internal kind of reference now, and it seems to bear out not too badly. So
yeah. And when this is like more like a producer kind of question. Like when you're producing someone, I know some producers, they want, let's say you're working with a new artist, right? And some producers I saw, they ask for reference tracks that they like, so they can kind of get an understanding of what kind of music, kind of music they're gonna have to produce, basically. But what's your approach when working with new artists? How do you try to find out what's the
I can ask that. I've never found it to be massively helpful. I think sometimes it's sort of useful if they sort of tell me the kind of thing they do, but sometimes people don't really understand what they've made and how different it is from what they would like it to be, and it might be better just to make a very good version of what they've got, and they might like that actually more than they think they would. So that might be a better approach potentially. But yeah, it can be helpful. Certainly would never say don't do that, but it depends when people say I want the bass from this and the snare from this, and then you go okay. It tends not to be often based completely in realism, but sometimes reality.
Yeah. And is there something that when you, even when you're recording drums, or like for example, like adding layers and all that kind of stuff, is there a way that where you kind of know, okay, now this is it, this is I've reached the, instead of keep adding stuff to the song? And
I don't know. I don't really work like that too much now. I sort of will go intuitively and make things. I'm sort of definitely try and be minimal if I can nowadays.
Okay.
As a general approach, but
yeah. Okay, so you don't want to add too many things, I guess. Like
rather things were great and purposeful. That would be really nice. Doesn't always work out like that, but that would be ideal, you know.
Yeah. Cool. Nice. What's your take, for example, on going back again to recording? What's your take on phase, and how do you battle that? How do you win that battle with phase? Is there anything that you could recommend to people?
It doesn't feel like a battle. It feels like, learning. You just learn what it feels like and sounds like. And if you're confused, you can pop it. Try and make something as small as possible, which is sometimes easier to hear than big, and then reverse the polarity and you'll hear what you're doing better. That's something that's maybe that's easier. People are not so experienced with it. And to check, it's important to check all the instruments. Some people ignore, if they're using a hat mic, they won't necessarily check that, but it's quite a big deal. That can be with the snare and and other elements, certainly with the overheads. So you can, it's very important just to check and make sure everything's coming in as you want. Generally, but not necessarily. Some people might prefer the kick drum out, and feeling that inversion and the lowness and the hollowness might be something someone wants. So depends on balance.
Is there like any sort of quote unquote mistakes that you kind of see or that you hear when you hear like a mix, or when you see someone recording drums, especially? Is there anything in particular that comes to mind?
Mainly taste, I think, and sort of maybe not understanding how sort of efficiency works in a mix. If they're trying to make it punchy, they might not have sort of experience to know how to do that. So it might be a bit of a mess in that way. But
Yeah.
that's sort of some of the things
Yeah.
here.
How would you develop that? Is it just like years and years of experience, and then you kind of like, okay,
Just
now you know?
listening and listening. I mean, mixing, technical side of it, people get caught up in, but that's not really the thing. It's about having a big bank of reference in your head that you know, so you can hear what you want to do. That's really helpful. And that gets better as you do more of it. I mean, the technique side, I don't think about too much. I probably know some things, but it's more how do you get to that sound, and you can hear what's stopping you getting there, and that might be where you'd start to intervene with some techniques or processing. But that's sort of more how I think about it.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Cool. And speaking of listening, you also you mix in Atmos now, right?
Yes.
You also
Well, yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that world? Because I mean, how's that? How how do you?
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. It's sort of, unfortunately, most of what you'll hear is not very good. There's sort of there's a few things which are just too long to get into, really, here that are problematic in terms of how people are able to listen to it, and who's doing the mixes now, and how much experience they generally have anyway, and how difficult it is technically to achieve a good mix with the assets you're generally given now. So it's a sort of experienced person's game, really, that, and people don't really realize and don't really approve it correctly, and so it's not a particularly great space at the moment, though it's an incredible technology, and there are some great things, but they're few and far between, unfortunately.
I saw you did the did you mix the David Bowie album? Yeah, okay.
Ziggy Stardust with Ken, who made the album originally, which was great. That was a really amazing experience.
Yeah, can you tell us just a little bit about that experience? How was mixing there? How the call came about? Yeah,
it was great. I just met Ken at a kind of event, and we got on really well. And he called me up a few months later. Said, "Do you want to mix Ziggy Stardust and Atmos in a couple of weeks?" I was like, "Yes, I do. That would be fab." That was quite nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
He's a legend, and we got on incredibly well, and it was amazing. Sort of one of the best 10 days in the studio ever.
So when you mix like that kind of stuff, he's in the studio with you. Just wow. Even at that level, he's not one of those guys like, okay, cool, I'll come back whenever you guys are done.
Oh no, he sat behind me the entire time for the entire thing, like 1 inch behind my head for 10 days, and we didn't really move. It was brilliant. He had such a good time. Oh my god.
What was he saying? Was he like, oh no, please, like turn down the did
he have
any tips?
We were sort of doing it at the same time together, which was nice. So I had the same ideas and saying the same thing at the same time. So that's really nice. That's really
yeah. I guess especially for someone that knows that knows how he wants his music. I guess like that must have been.
He definitely does.
Yeah. So there was like literally he was just behind you.
Yeah.
And yeah. Was he giving any direction, like? Or
We had loads of concepts about it. It was fantastic. I had a similar thing with Brian Eno. It was wonderful. Just a wonderful thing, and I'm so lucky to be able to work with these absolute legends. And always learn absolutely tons. But one thing was funny with Ken is I asked him what his favorite drum sound was, what record that he'd like the drums on most, and it's the same as mine, which is, we said it at the same time. It was absolutely uncanny, which is crazy.
Which one is it?
It's a record, Get Out of My Life Woman.
Oh yeah, Out of My Life Woman. Is it that one?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. It's got actually on that.
Yeah.
And that was what inspired him, and it inspired me when I was I think it's Lee Dorsey.
Okay.
That's pretty great.
Yeah,
that was wild. That's when I was young. That was one that I played, and I was like, "That's what I love. I love that sound." I think there's even an really old Sound on Sound interview with me, like really, really, really old, and I'm even talking about it then. So I'm not lying, Ken.
That's the one. That's the one. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. You also worked with. Did you work also with U2 and George Michael? Am I correct? Or
No, I
No.
did some mastering of Atmos for George Michael, but I was really more a QC role. I didn't really get to do much on that. And U2, I did something for the Sphere show, I think.
Okay.
So they did a big show at the Sphere, and we made something with some of Arcade Fire. I think we did something like that.
Nice.
But yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. Man, yeah, this is incredible. Like the list, I was checking out the list of people you work with. It's, and you also done some film and television, right? You also worked on.
That's been really cool. We did a Killing Eve, which was a really good thing.
Yeah,
we did lots of that.
Yeah.
Got all the drums and the score of that. I think recorded the drums and bass and loads of that.
So were you the composer there, or
that's David Holmes.
Okay.
Yeah. And
so you did all the you did the production on Killing Eve, and that's so cool. Yeah. How's that different compared to, let's say, recording an album?
It's just short little cues, You're doing little snippets, and there's might be a reference or something sound wise, so you steered in a bit more, and it's really cool.
Is there like more kind of a time frame you need to need to get it done quicker?
It's generally same day turnarounds and everything. Usually it's pretty quick turnarounds. There's another one called Laundromat we did, which was great. That's another. It was a Soderbergh movie, which is really cool. And that was David asked me if I could get LA class musicians in London, and I was like, absolutely. So that was really, really great. And the band, they were just incredible. I ended up playing on that actually because we needed it to be 100% separation, so I needed it to be super, super quiet drums. We were doing it at Livingston and needed double bass, piano, flute, and drums all 100% separation, which is quite hard in London to find any way to do that. But that worked there, and we did 27 cues in a couple of days instead of 4, and they've read it all. It was absolutely outrageous. It's burned through the score, and it was really, really good. That was actually really satisfying. We turned the whole score around in a few days, and that was really good. Soderbergh really liked it, and no comments, and moved on.
Yeah. Really wow.
It was great.
Amazing.
So
cool.
Kind of cool score.
Yeah. Is there any upcoming projects that you can kind of share before they come out? But I don't know. It's just like, is there something that you're working at the moment that?
What are we doing at the moment? I'm doing some very interesting partnership with Oxford University at the moment. That's very interesting. Which is about some spatial audio research, which is really interesting. So that's been quite cool. So it's recording and making things, and making some virtual reality as well, which is really interesting. Looking into working with ambisonics and performance as well. So there's a few interesting things. But
do you teach at all? Are you teaching at all, or is it just like just research?
I never really have. Just been asked to sort of do some research based on my spatial audio work, I think.
Okay.
Which has been really interesting.
That's awesome, man.
I occasionally do a masterclass here or there, but that's it. Like I'm doing occasionally I do this.
That's so cool. Yeah. So good. Love it. Nice one, Emre. Normally we do like a 10 rapid fire question.
Sorry.
It's not rapid fire at all. So it's like the worst questions to be called rapid fire. It's just like they're not. But I'll just go for it, and you can expand as much as you want. So first one is top 3 albums for best drum sound.
So Get My Life Woman Now. I have to do that.
One. Mine they change.
There's too many amazing ones, but if it's acoustic drums, maybe James Brown or something.
Yes, love it.
Something like that.
Nice, great choice. 2 is favorite part of your job.
Working with great people, definitely.
Amazing. 3 is worst part of your job.
Manage a lot of things overriding each other at the same time. So kind of working out priorities is pretty hard.
Okay, yeah. 4 is piece of gear you cannot do without when recording drums at the moment.
I think the 456 HD is probably really invaluable.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. 5, you worked with so many artists that already, like, top of the mountain. And is there any other dream artists you love to record, produce, or
yeah.
work
with?
Yeah.
Dream artist would definitely be Bon Iver. Would love to do that.
Yeah. Nice.
Someone like Dijon would be really fun.
6 is what plug. I mean, we kind of went through this, like what plugins you normally use on your drum bus.
Mixed drums by Arturia. It's the only thing you need.
That's all you need. Go get it right now. Yeah. No.
If I'm saying something that isn't mine, the Audio Punks bundle.
Oh yeah.
Just get that. That's just badass. Absolutely amazing job those guys have done.
Someone else recommended it as well, actually. Yeah, Audio Punks. Yeah.
Ridiculously good.
Yeah. Nice. 7 is there any book or video tutorial that you would recommend or you found helpful in learning how to record drums?
To record drums? No.
Just do it.
I have not found anything helpful like that.
Yeah.
I think if Ken Scott had a book, I would check that. And I think Ken does have a book where he explains what he does, and that would be very helpful.
Yeah. Please, Ken. Please, can you write a book? So
I think he has. I think there is one.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Okay. Oh, cool. Yeah, let's check it out then. Cool. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. 8 is who's your inspiration when it comes to recording drums?
I don't know if I particularly have one. I like lots of the records. I don't think there's any one person
particular
that
comes to mind. Okay. Yeah. That's fine. 9 is best advice you've ever received.
Probably from Andy Gangadine when I was much younger. And I met him when I just arrived in London, and he said, and I met him on his massive kit, and he said, "Come and play." And I had to play, and he went, "Oh yeah, don't do drums." And I was like, "What?" He said, "No, not the playing. It's just you could do it, but do the studio instead, because he says drumming is just not good. It's not a good time to get to drumming." And then he was amazing. He came to loads of my gigs and watched me play, and he was awesome. He's been a really cool guy.
Oh man,
that was a good bit of advice. So yeah,
nice. That's so cool. Yeah,
monster drummer, unbelievable. If you don't know him,
I need to see him live. I keep seeing videos and
unreal.
I just don't know how to get in touch with him. I'm trying to, because I don't think he uses socials much. Or
no, I think he does his thing.
He does his thing. Yeah, I love that. 10 is worst advice you've ever received. There is one.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't. Maybe I just counted it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. Nice. No. And is there one piece of advice that you would give to someone that was to do exactly what you do today, which I love? Like this is like what you're doing at the moment is like the I don't know, the top for me. That is like exactly what I would love to do, like being a producer, being a drummer, but is there anything that you would recommend, or if you have any advice at all to someone that
don't get sucked into the problem of today, which is good enough is great, because that's the main problem everyone has today. Good enough is the new great, and it is killing everything at the moment. But, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I would do. I would hold that dearly and see how far, see if you can get away with that. That would be good.
So trying to get the best all the time, basically, right?
Yeah.
Instead of just
in listening and everything you do.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Nice. Yeah, it's quite hard, I guess, today with the sort of
very
fast pace mentality that we have.
Very hard, and and everything's easy now.
Yeah,
everything's really easy. So easy. It's so easy to get something good enough. Like, I could never dream of having access to the kind of level of sort of tool that we've got now. It's unbelievable. But getting great is probably just as hard as it's ever been. So it's very easy to get good enough and go, wow, that's great. You go, it's not great. It's good enough. And
is there a way to combat that? Because I find it so hard to.
Just have to use your taste, develop taste, listen to what people have done before and how you could possibly take them on. That's the kind of idea. So yeah.
Nice. Cool. Nice one, Emre. Is there what's the best place for people to find you in case they want to get me in touch and
Instagram maybe is easy. At Emre Ram, I think I'm there. Yeah, it's probably quite a good place to find me on Insta. Or on my website is emreaudio.com.
Great. Nice. I'll put this
in
the
thanks, man. Yeah, Emre Audio is a good place. That's really easy to find me there.
Okay. But yeah. Amazing. Oh, Emre, last one. Thanks so much for doing this.
No worries.
Yeah. And hopefully we'll get to catch up at some point.
Yes, that'd be wicked, man.
Or somewhere else. Yeah.
Please.
For a coffee
or
anything.
Yeah, I'll shoot you a message after. And
amazing.
Okay.
Cheers.
Thanks, bro.
Take care. See you.
Bye, man.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.